Hello, colleagues. How's your teaching going these days? What did you think of the Visualizing Teaching and Learning series? In this session, we'll look at an effective strategy called Reflection Mandalas for teaching young students. This strategy is particularly effective in elementary classrooms because it caters to visual and interactive learning styles, which are common in younger students. It also promotes active participation, which can help keep students engaged and motivated to learn. In practice, reflection mandalas can be implemented by Reflect with symmetrical drawings in mandala format. A mandala is a geometric pattern that is symmetrical and has a central point. Students can use this format to reflect on and visualize their learning. For example, if you are teaching a lesson on fractions, students can draw a simple fraction circle and shade the portion of the circle that represents the fraction. If you are teaching about the solar system, they can draw the sun in the center and then reflect and extend lines outward to represent the planets. In a math lesson on patterns, they can draw a repeating pattern of shapes or numbers. It is important to note that the complexity of the mandala and the lesson should be appropriate for the age and skill level of the students. Younger students may need simpler mandalas and lessons, while older students can take on more complex tasks. When using this strategy, it's important to make it fun and engaging for students. They can use colorful markers, crayons, or even stickers to complete their mandalas. You can also play music or have students work in pairs or small groups to create their mandalas. This can help promote collaboration and creativity among students. Here is a step-by-step example of how to implement the reflection mandala strategy in a lesson on shapes. Begin by drawing a large central shape on the board. This will be the focal point of the mandala. Ask students to think of other shapes that are similar to the central shape. For example, if the central shape is a triangle, ask students to think of other triangular shapes like a slice of pizza or a traffic sign. Once students have identified some shapes, ask them to draw these shapes around the central shape, extending outward like rays of the sun. The important thing is that the shapes are arranged symmetrically around the central point. You may need to guide students as they draw, ensuring that they understand the concept of symmetry. Once students have completed their mandalas, ask them to reflect on what they learned during the lesson. They can do this by writing a few sentences inside the mandala or by sharing their thoughts with a partner or the whole class. This strategy can be adapted for various subjects and grade levels. For younger students, you can use simpler shapes and concepts. For example, in a lesson on colors, students can draw a circle in the center and then reflect the colors of that shape outwards. In a science lesson on the life cycle of a butterfly, they can draw the butterfly in the center and then reflect the different stages of its life cycle around the central point. For older students, you can use more complex shapes and concepts. For example, in a math lesson on angles, students can draw an angle in the center and then reflect congruent angles around the central point. In a social studies lesson on map making, they can draw a compass rose in the center and then reflect cardinal directions around the central point. It's important to remember that not all students learn best through visual or interactive methods. Some students may need more explicit instruction or practice. Teachers should differentiate instruction and provide appropriate support for all learners. Some students may require additional support or modifications, while others may be ready for more enrichment or challenge. I invite you to share your ideas and experiences with using reflection mandalas or other strategies in your classroom. Your comments and feedback are valuable and can help inspire other teachers. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.